The crowd cheered, the band played, and Stephen Colbert walked out with his signature wit and charm lighting up the studio. That night's guest, Jennifer Lopez, international superstar, actress, singer, dancer, and producer. The audience was electric. Everyone was eager to hear about her latest film, her music ventures, and of course, her highly publicized personal life. But no one could have predicted what would unfold. Jennifer walked on stage in a shimmering gown, confidence in every step. She blew kisses to the audience, hugged Stephen, and took her seat. The conversation began lighthearted. Jokes about her Bronx roots, playful banter about her role in her new movie, and some talk about her skincare line. Then came a shift. Colbert, known for his biting satire, leaned in with a smirk. Greater than, you've been very, let's say, in the headlines lately. Between films, concerts, relationships, and a certain documentary, are you worried you're overexposing yourself? Jennifer raised an eyebrow. The crowd chuckled, unsure if it was a joke or a jab. Greater than, overexposing myself. She repeated, her tone still calm but clearly sharper. I've been working for over 30 years. I think I know how to handle my brand. Colbert chuckled awkwardly. Greater than, just playing devil's advocate. Some critics say you're spreading yourself too thin. Jennifer straightened. Greater than, let me tell you something about critics, Stephen. They weren't there when I was dancing for $50 a night. They weren't there when I was told I wouldn't make it. They weren't there when I built my empire. I am my brand, and if that's too much for people, maybe they're just not enough. The crowd applauded loudly, some whooped, but Colbert, sensing the tension, tried to regain control. Not backing down, Stephen shifted the conversation to Jennifer's recent viral documentary that touched on her past relationships, including a few high-profile names. Greater than, so, in the doc, you touched on, let's just say, a few gentlemen who also frequent late-night couches, he said with a grin. Any regrets? Jennifer's smile faded. Greater than, that documentary was about healing, not gossip. Stephen replied. Greater than, of course. But come on. You've dated actors, musicians, athletes. That's a Hollywood bingo card right there. A beat of silence fell. Jennifer crossed her arms. Greater than, that's sexist. The studio grew still. Greater than, you wouldn't say that to a male actor. You'd call him a legend. You'd say he lived, but a woman with history. You call her a headline. Stephen looked slightly rattled but tried to keep things light. Greater than, hey, we're just having fun here. Greater than, no, you're making me the punchline. The audience clapped, unsure whether it was in support or to fill the silence. Jennifer's voice didn't raise, but it gained steel. Jennifer leaned in, fire in her eyes. Greater than, you know, I came here thinking we'd talk about art. About resilience. About the fact that I came from nothing and built a career most people dream of. But instead, we're talking about exes and exposure. Colbert tried to steer the ship back. Greater than, okay, let's talk about your upcoming concert tour. Greater than, no, let's talk about how even now, in 2025, a woman can't sit on this couch without being reduced to who she dated. The audience began murmuring. Greater than, Jennifer. Greater than, no, I think I've had enough. Suddenly, she stood up. The crowd gasped. Colbert reached out, saying her name, but she didn't even look back. With graceful defiance, Jennifer Lopez walked off stage, her heels clicking like war drums. The camera panned to Colbert's stunned face. Greater than, well, he muttered, I guess the Jenny from the block doesn't take any blocks from late-night hosts either. Nervous laughter echoed, but the energy had shifted entirely. By the next morning, the internet was ablaze. Hashtag JLo vs Colbert. Hashtag Jennifer storms off. Hashtag respect women on late night. Clips of the confrontation racked up millions of views. Feminists praised Jennifer for standing up. Critics accused her of being too sensitive. Talk shows debated whether Stephen crossed a line or if Jennifer overreacted. The Late Show released an official statement. Greater than, last night's interview with Jennifer Lopez took an unexpected turn. We respect her voice and contributions and wish her the best. Jennifer, meanwhile, posted a single tweet. Greater than, when you've earned your seat, don't let anyone make you feel small in it. Sparkles hashtag still Jenny. Weeks passed. Both camps remained quiet. Then, Colbert addressed the elephant in the room in a monologue. Greater than, I make jokes for a living. Sometimes, I push too hard. Last month, I pushed someone who's fought harder than most. Jennifer, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Truly. That night, Jennifer posted an Instagram story of her watching the clip, nodding. Later that year, the two reunited, not on late night, but at a charity gala. They hugged, cameras flashed, and though they never spoke about that night again publicly, the moment remained a reminder. Even on a stage built for laughs, some truths are too strong to silence. Act 1. The silence breaks. It had been 3 months since Jennifer Lopez walked off The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, leaving behind a viral storm that took over every major media outlet. While Colbert publicly apologized and Jennifer subtly acknowledged the gesture, neither had spoken directly to each other. The world moved on, or at least pretended to. But fans didn't forget. Paparazzi still asked questions. Think pieces kept popping up. Then, without warning, The Late Show's Twitter account posted a teaser. Greater than, a very special guest returns. This Thursday. You don't want to miss this one. The attached photo. A silhouette of a woman in heels, walking across a stage with golden lighting. The internet exploded. Greater than, no way. Is that J-Lo? Jennifer coming back after that exit? Stephen better have his apology suit ready. Stephen Colbert himself tweeted, greater than, every story deserves a second chapter. Even mine. #respect. Thursday night arrived. The studio buzzed louder than ever. Security was tight. The audience had been carefully selected. Press, celebrities, activists. This wasn't just a talk show anymore. It felt like an event. Stephen walked out, smiling nervously. Greater than, ladies and gentlemen, she's back. Please welcome, the one and only, Jennifer Lopez. The crowd erupted. Jennifer entered like royalty. Not defiant this time, but regal. She wore a sleek white suit, powerful, composed, and commanding. She shook Stephen's hand with a calm smile and took her seat. Colbert, clearly humbled, opened first. Greater than, Jennifer, thank you. I know this isn't easy. Greater than, it's not, she said. But growth never is. The audience hushed. Colbert leaned in. Greater than, let's not dance around it. Last time you were here, I was out of line. I made it personal when it should have been professional. And for that, I truly apologize. Jennifer nodded. Greater than, I appreciate that. I've faced critics all my life, but that night, it felt like I had to defend my right to exist as I am. And I realized, maybe we're all part of something bigger. Colbert asked, greater than, so why come back? She smiled. Greater than, because women are constantly told to stay quiet. To get over it. But I came back to show that strength doesn't mean silence, it means speaking, forgiving, and reclaiming space. Instead of another promotional interview, Jennifer turned the conversation into a platform for empowerment. She talked about launching a new initiative, greater than, her stage, a foundation to elevate young female artists from underserved communities. Greater than, talent is everywhere. Opportunity isn't. We're changing that. Stephen, visibly impressed, said. Greater than, can I support it? Greater than, you already are, she said with a smile. This conversation is the start. Then, in a surprise twist, Jennifer invited 3 young women from the foundation to perform live, a singer, a poet, and a dancer. The audience was moved to tears. As the show neared its end, Stephen looked to Jennifer with a mix of respect and sincerity. Greater than, I never thought a viral moment would lead to a movement. Greater than, neither did I, Jennifer said, looking into the camera. But sometimes a storm clears the air for something new. The two stood. He extended his hand again. She shook it, but this time, she pulled him into a hug. The crowd gave a standing ovation. Greater than, let's not wait another 3 months for a real conversation, he whispered. Greater than, deal. Epilogue. A legacy bigger than drama. The episode broke viewership records. Jennifer Lopez returns to late night, and owns it, became the headline across major outlets. Her stage raised $5 million in its first week. And in a moment of poetic irony, the clip of Jennifer returning, powerful, calm, and unapologetic, went just as viral as her walkout. Only this time, the story was about rising, not reacting.